Welcome back, everybody, to Pull Hook Golf, the podcast. I'm your host, Matt Cook. Tonight, we've got Captain America. No, that's not Bryson DeChambeau. That is Buttsy, folks, co-hosting tonight's episode, which is all about the Open Championship. And as you can tell, we are Americans. We've got American shades on, no sleeves over here. I'm wearing a Swannies polo with no polo top. With it's the flip-flops all over it. Flip-flop design, red, white, and blue with a little bit of, North Carolina blue, just in case you don't know. Now you know, playa. And first of all, on tonight's episode, we are going to recap really quickly the Genesis Scottish Open. We are going to recap LIV Golf Andalucía. We are going to go over our full-on Open Championship preview, which we have plenty of guests here tonight. So plenty to talk about, plenty to go over. And then we've got our Swannies Style Segment, which, again, fan favorite there. That's where we're going to end the show. So before we do dive into this episode, we do want to give a shout out to our sponsor, Swannies Golf. Once again, folks, utilize the promo code PullHookGolf25. Use that at checkout for 25% off your entire order at Swannies.co. Once again, they got a brand new drop, by the way. I should be getting that, I believe, next week because they actually sold out of literally every single thing in size large. So,
wow.
Even myself, I have to wait on that. So anybody who is a part of that drop got the goods before anybody else, which is awesome to see. Love that out of a company when they do that, when they take care of the customers instead of, the people being sponsored.
Absolutely.
So shout out to you, Swannies. Once again, Pull Hook Golf 25 at checkout at Swannies.co for 25% off your entire order. I know you guys love the Swannies, and I love you. So let's keep it moving, keep it grooving. We've got the Genesis Scottish Open recap. Bobby Mack, who was a plus 1,400. Do have to give a little bit of a shout out here right off the bat to Trot Golfer, one of our audience members, who was talking about good old Bobby Mack and how he could be dangerous this week during our podcast recording last week.
He did, didn't he?
He really did.
Robert making tour.
And really, what a Sunday for him. I mean, while most guys were fading on the back nine at the Genesis Scottish Open, Bobby McIntyre was not, a.k.a. Bobby Mack, as we like to refer to him as. And he certainly finished strong. He went birdie, par, eagle, par, birdie to finish to win by one over a very handsome man in Adam Scott.
His fist pump was electric.
Who had the better fist pump this week?
Mackie.
Really?
Yeah.
Over the Trumpster, huh?
I think. Oh well.
I mean, you're wearing the American glasses. Let's get right. Who's got the better fist pump?
A little bit different circumstances. One guy won a golf tournament.
One guy got shot in the ear.
One guy got his ear pierced. A little different.
You love to see it and you hate to see it.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying. So definitely, we're just looking at the comments here. Trot Golfer. Bobby loves his Scottish heritage. What a legend, Trot Golfer
Big
says.
ledge.
We do love some good old Bobby McIntyre, but I will say that I am worried about him this week. We're going to talk about why that is in a little bit. It might be because of what you're seeing here on screen. He's trying to absolutely drink the crap out of that cup.
Yes.
And he had whiskey in it after his victory with his dad. Now, remember, when he won,
wasn't
because
Scotch?
he's won whiskey.
Okay.
That's all I heard was whiskey.
Okay.
Could have been Scotch. You would expect it to be Scotch, right? No, absolutely not. It is
whiskey.
Whiskey. Okay.
McIntyre.
So good old McIntyre with his dad, just absolutely killing it out of the cup. And here's the challenge with what happened. Okay. When he won the Canadian Open, same thing happened, and he actually withdrew the next week from a Signature Series event.
What?
So, do you think that he might get a little too wasted when he wins?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably it, right?
It has to be,
That's
right?
got to be what happened.
I mean, why else would you not go to a Signature Series event? Why wouldn't you he's going to the Open Championship. He's going to play in it, but classic quote from him, by the way, was, what time is all the media tomorrow? And somebody told him 3:00, and he goes, I doubt I'm going to be able to drive by then. So he's just like, I'm out on the media day. So Bobby McIntyre taking it easy before the Open Championship. I mean, you got to imagine he just won his hometown, the Scottish Open,
Yeah.
I mean,
Partying for a fucking week.
he's going to be going for a while. Yeah, I don't foresee him being a real contender in the Open Championship. But let's keep it moving. As I mentioned, Adam Scott finished second, which that's pretty interesting to me because he's been in form on and off. It's always been about the putter, but his putter has actually been really, really good with the long lab putter. We talked about how that's kind of cheating. We talked about Bernard Longer last week around that. But Adam Scott, watch out for him. If he is hitting the ball well and in form coming into an Open Championship, we know Adam Scott can win that.
You know he can play. It's been a long time, though.
It has been a while.
When's the last time he won?
Yeah.
10 years?
Yeah.
Has it been more than 10 years?
Don't know. Don't really know. But Trot Golfer says, you boys can drink 2 weeks in a row. He's high, boys. He will always be around, that's for sure. I mean, he's definitely got a tolerance that he's building up, that's for sure.
He just looks like he has a tolerance.
And Kyle over at Cart Barn Guys, throwing out a little shout out to you. Now that is an outfit, America. Yeah. Buttsy is feeling it tonight for America. Let's see if his picks are the same for the Open Championship, and he picks an American because I'm not sure. Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, but you know what Americans do? They pick winners.
Yeah, they do pick winners, America. Now, in third place, what I like about the Genesis Scottish Open, it is a joint event between the PGA Tour and the DP World Tour. We had a guy named Romain Langasque.
What?
Yep, I'm just going to let that settle in for a second. Romain Langasque. I believe he was a Frenchman, if I'm not mistaken.
That's cool.
That's pretty dope, huh?
That's cool, man.
Yeah, good for him.
I don't know.
Yeah, same. 15 under, he finished. Now, at the T4s, we got some interesting players. Once again, 2 gloves, Aaron Rye. He just keeps showing up in the top 10. This guy, that's all he does.
You've been talking about rye for a few weeks
He's
now.
just so solid. Like
Drinking the rye.
But he has not been able to break through for a victory yet. Like, you can see him under pressure. He struggles a little bit. So it'll be interesting to see with Aaron Rye how he does in this Open Championship. But he is Mr. Consistent. Then we've got Rory McIlroy, who, that's interesting.
Collin?
Sung J M also was T4.
Doesn't know.
Sahith Theegala was a T4. And Collin Morikawa was a T4. Mm-hmm. Ludwig Åberg was a T4, which, if you remember, Ludwig, we had a conversation about him or Tom Kim, which one's going to have the better career, which one's a little bit more clutch. Mm-hmm. Ludwig should have won that damn tournament. Ludwig faded. Big time.
Big time.
Big time. So, not a good back nine for Ludwig Åberg. And then the T10s. We've got Richard Mansell, which don't know who that is. Good for him for being up there. Minus 13. We got a Wyndham Clark sighting, which is nice to see. Alex Noren, Victor Perez, and Corey Connors. Then we've got some notables at T15. Minus 12 was Tom Kim. Good old Tommy Kim. Xander Schauffele. T21, minus 11 was Brian Harmon, last year's Open Championship winner.
Little sneaky pickle.
Yeah, this is going to get interesting, folks. And once again, as we shouted out Trot Golfer for calling Bobby Mack to the front of the stage for the Genesis Scottish Open, he also happened to pick the LIV Golf side of it as well.
Ooh, he was right about that too.
He said Sergio Garcia is going to be dangerous this week.
He did say that.
Sergio Garcia wins in a playoff. Woohoo! Some people are calling it I believe a gentleman who goes by the name of Anti-Liv. He was tweeting at me saying that people were talking about how it was staged, that Anabana Lahiri was supposed to.
It was staged?
It was staged.
Yeah.
So you gotta love the propaganda,
yeah.
the conspiracy theories. But Sergio wins over Anaban Lahiri in an individual playoff. By the way, folks, this is the first time in LIV Golf history that there was an individual playoff and a team playoff. So in the team playoff, we had the Fireballs win over the Crushers. And, I mean, that was 2 L's, by the way. So not only Sergio individually beats Crusher, Anaban Lahiri, but the Fireballs beat the Crushers in the playoff as well.
Pretty
so that's
cool.
a double win for Sergio and his squad, double loss for the Crushers and their squad. Bryson DeChambeau just seems like he is just cruising throughout LIV, waiting for the 4 major championships. That is for sure. Flex for a second so that we can see good old DeChambeau over there. Oh, yeah, there he is. Buttsy did reach out, by the way, to our boy, Bryson DeChambeau.
I sent him a text.
It was a good one, too.
Yeah, I said, look, we're willing to change the time. I know you're busy. You got a lot of fans on the pod. If you have any interest in hopping on, a lot of people are rooting for you. They'd probably love to see that. Did not get a reply to that text.
That speaks volumes. You hate to see it, but I mean,
I'm sure. I don't think anybody texts him either, though. So he's probably just like,
kudos to you for reaching out. That was pretty cool.
Fuck, worth a shot.
Why not? You know what I mean? But I do want to hear from him at some point about whether or not, like, once this merger goes through and everything. Hey, man, were you just kind of cruising on LIV, kind of like getting to the major championships? Because that's all they talked about at Live at the Open today. I happened to pop on the Golf Channel.
We talked about this last week too. How he plays good American golf.
Yes.
And my question to him was going to be, how do you prepare for non-American golf? How do you prepare for this venue?
That's a good
What
one.
are you doing? I mean, what kind of scientific weird shit are you working on to prep for Troon?
So Live at the Open, they were calling him a genius today. That he has a genius trait to him because he's doing all this club stuff and everything. And they got into something that I actually haven't heard about with Bryson, is that during his off time when he's not playing in tournaments, he doesn't play.
What does he do?
He just practices.
Oh, he's around
he tinkers,
the game. But yeah.
He tinkers, like he hits shots, but he never plays.
Okay.
That's a little weird, yeah.
Interesting.
Because a lot of legends of the game, you got to get the feel of the game. You got to get in there. You got to hit all the different shots that you're going to hit throughout a golf round and everything. And it was pretty interesting just to hear them talk about Bryson. Now, Chambly, I don't mind Chambly. A lot of people just can't stand him. But I think he actually has a lot of good insights, even though he's pretty, polaristic.
Brandel Wambly.
Yeah, good old Brandel Wambly. Now, Brandel, if you ever meet him in real life, is actually a really nice guy. I met him up at Desert Mountain. Super nice guy. But
Don't believe it.
one of the things that I will say is that when he was talking about Bryson, he's flipped the script from being a Bryson hater to talking about him in such a high light that it actually kind of drove me nuts today. Because I haven't watched the Golf Channel in ages, but I'm like, I've got to at least look into a couple things around the Open Championship, see if they're covering it or not.
Right.
Hence the Tiger versus Collin Montgomery.
I don't know. I feel like he flips the script when he has to. When there's enough, there's no doubt. The dude's, I don't know. He's done that with a few people, I think.
You look great, by the way.
Who?
You.
Oh, thanks, man.
I mean, Scotty Scheffler is so happy that he's behind you.
I feel pretty fucking patriotic right now. I'm not going to lie.
I mean, Schauffele threw in his police outfit. That guy,
yeah, I noticed
Scheffler
that.
arrested. Yeah.
It kind of looks like that would have been a career if it hadn't been for golf.
It looks fitting, doesn't it?
It does. He's not that big in real life, but it's all right.
It's okay.
It reminds me of NBA Jam. You remember that when you'd get 3 in a row and their heads would get big?
He's on fire.
Yeah. God, that's OG shit right there.
Yeah,
But
love that.
Yeah.
So we got that going for us, which is nice. Now, here's the thing. Jon Rahm wasn't the Spaniard that brought it home at LIV Golf Andalucía, which he once again finished in the top 10 at the very bottom of the 10th slot. He was number 10. So Jon Rahm still has not put it together. And he talked about it at the media day at the Open Championship today, which is another reason that I had it on, was checking out everybody's media day and seeing what was going on there. And Jon Rahm still, he was talking about how he's not in the kind of that flow state. We talked about the flow state last week and how he's not there with his golf swing. He doesn't trust it. Now, a quick word from our sponsor. Swannies is here with a fresh take. Performance-based materials are a given these days. But if you're looking for the stretchiest and most lightweight pieces that deliver a look that says, I'm here for a good time, take a walk on the Swannies side. With fabric sourced from recycled plastics and designs sourced from our very own weekend warriors, Swannies is looking out for both our planet and those that need a little style to boost their drive another 15 yards. Premium looks from top to bottom at swannies.co. Thinking about too much, and sure enough, it certainly looks that way. But that goes back to what I said at the beginning of the year, or well, actually, at the end of last year when John Rahm was playing in skins games out here in Arizona, and we all knew that he was heading over to LIV Golf, and all of a sudden it comes out, and it's like, man, when you take time off from playing seriously and getting into your routine and everything you do, it's tough to just snap back into it. It takes a lot of time to get back to that level. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what he's really experiencing right now because, yeah, he's not in the flow state. He's definitely overthinking things. He's going through way too much. What is that contraption that you have there? Explain it to the listeners.
This is a 8,000 puff rose grape disposable vape by Mesh King.
Wow. And no, I don't do that. But I will tell you this. You got me a little bit into our...
Oh, the Canadipes. Yeah, we got those too. You know what terpenes are?
Terpenes.
Me neither. But this is limonene. Well, you'll have to try one tonight. It doesn't do anything to you.
Definitely going to try one tonight.
But it's tangy, I tried one citrus. Before. These are like the most delicious thing. They're really good. Outside of food, this is it.
That's fantastic. Yeah. We're going to be popping that in here in just a little bit.
Absolutely.
Just to give you guys a little bit more, because guess what else is going on today as I go through the LIV Golf stuff? I can't stay on track with the LIV Golf stuff because actually, let me jump back to the LIV Golf stuff. It is hard because LIV Golf right now, we're in such a flux right now with LIV Golf, and I don't know if you guys realize this or not. Whether or not you like LIV Golf, hate LIV Golf, I really don't care. But LIV Golf right now, we're kind of in a flux to where LIV Golf, we don't know if LIV Golf is going to be around come next year. I mean, we're in flux right now. That whole merger with the PGA Tour, everything going on, and then the long breaks in between LIV Golf events. That has driven me nuts this year, more so than in years prior. So last year, it didn't bother me that bad. Before that, it didn't bother me. This year, for whatever reason, it has actually bothered me with their schedule and the long layoff. So it's tough to jump right back in.
It's fucking irritating.
It really is.
And you're like,
it's tough, but
play more.
Here's the other thing. Notables for this week. Terrell Hatton, once again, he continues his hot play. He finished third.
T-Hat.
Terrell Hatton.
T3 for T-Hat.
And he's been playing good in majors. Like, watch out for Terrell Hatton, man. And it's funny, his view on the mental game, because he got asked about it for the U.S. Open, right? Played well at the U.S. Open at Pinehurst, which was driving a lot of people nuts. He goes, listen, I think I have the mental advantage because every week I'm pissed off.
Yeah.
It's like so no different for me, whether or not I'm playing Pinehurst number 2 or Bay Hill or wherever.
Doing this. He's just
always pissed off.
Go.
So, he's just go. So he finished third, which was awesome because, by the way, Valderrama played really difficult. The wind was blowing. Everything was going on. And that was great. So, I mean, good on Valderrama. Valderrama is actually one of the better courses that they play throughout the entire LIV Golf season. So it was actually nice to see LIV Golf playing on a difficult golf course with a difficult setup. I had somebody chirp me on Twitter saying, it's not a difficult setup, it's just the wind. I'm like, no, it's actually like if you look at it, like fucking Valderrama's a tough golf track. Like, it's not easy.
Yeah.
So it's a strategy golf course. Bryson even talked about that today. And so let me get to a couple comments here real quick. So we've got, hang on a second.
Morikawa.
Hang on. Trot Golfer says, amazing stuff here, men. Appreciate that. Trot Golfer also chimes in with Matt Collin for the 14th straight week. It's time. So hang on a second. We're not to the picks yet. Don't give him anything in advance like that, because while Collin Morikawa might not look American, he sure is. So,
But
yeah.
did you see the little presser earlier in the shite at Tiger?
Oh, no. He's talking about Collin Morikawa, not Colin Montgomery.
I thought Morikawa was the one that called for
No,
that.
that's Montgomery.
Oh, I was like, what the fuck? I thought they were on Team TaylorMade together.
No.
What the hell?
Why do
We're
you
having
think,
a civil war.
Why do you think Colin Montgomery is over my right shoulder
Oh,
here?
fuck Colin Montgomery.
Yeah, we got to get into that.
That old
in a
saggy
little
bag
bit.
old
and
man.
then we got Nick Nowitzki. Great call. Hadn't is one of my picks for this week. Love that because once again he is in form. Now, Patrick Reed and Louis Oosthuizen finished T4. Cam Smith and Waco Neiman finished T6. I find Cam Smith a little bit of an enigma since he's gone over to LIV Golf.
Way as well.
So we're gonna see if Cam Smith has anything in the bag this week at the Open Championship. Then we have Bryson DeChambeau at 9th. Just an easy, smooth 9th. John Rahm, 10th once again, like I said. Fireballs win in a playoff over the Crushers. Obviously, Crushers finished 2nd then. And then the Stinger GC finished 3rd. Let's get into the Open Championship preview.
Got through the LIV pretty quick there.
Oh, man.
Zoomed right through there.
Trot Golfer says, things don't happen, Buttsy happens. Yeah.
Colin Montgomery is like another year away from him and Laura Davies just being the same person. They're so close. He looks like Laura Davies on Ozempic.
I don't know how you follow up that comment. Hang on. I do think, we did. We dropped down.
What'd you do?
What did I do? What did you do?
All right.
Okay, we're back. Now, oh no. See, folks, this is what I just a special person. Special.
There.
That's unbelievable. I hope I don't smell
You know,
it.
you take a shit and you like spray the bathroom stuff, and you can still tell somebody's shit, but it's like
Yes,
rose
it's like,
poop.
oh, very nice.
Anyway, sorry.
Somebody a little match over a piece of turd. Great news.
Match turds.
Oh, that's the other thing with the bidet we were talking about before that we came onto the podcast recording. By the way, we got a brand new bidet in studio, and I got to tell you, not only does it heat the water, heat the seat, has a heater so that you don't actually even have to wipe, has multiple angles for the wash. But
What do you mean multiple angles?
multiple angles, lots of angles.
Like-
it's all about the angles.
You got a goddamn rainbird.
You can move it forward, you can move it back, you can move it all over the place. So the other part to it is that there's a deodorizer that as soon as you take your dump, you're never going to smell it.
Next Tuesday, bro, I'm gonna just save it the whole day. I'm gonna literally just hold it until I get here. And I'm just gonna let this thing. Yeah, let me see this laser cut through this thing, dude.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah. So here's the thing. Open Championship preview. We got to start with the hottest topic, which you thought was Collin Morikawa. It's actually Colin Montgomery. So Colin Montgomery brought up some comments about good old Tiger Woods. And I got to ask you, what do you think of Colin's comments, which were, by the way, I hope people remember Tiger as Tiger was. The passion, the charisma, the aura around him. There's none of that now. At Pinehurst, he did not seem to enjoy a single shot, and you think, what the hell is he doing? He's coming to Troon, and he won't enjoy there either.
highly doubt that. I think he still thinks he can win, and well, we'll get into the picks.
I'm going to tell you right now that Tiger's starting to get healthier and healthier. And you can kind of see it from Tiger that he knows that maybe Pinehurst, he was overmatched, right? But here at Royal Troon, you do not need to fly the ball 320 with dead accuracy.
No, this place looks like, that's what I was just going to say. His experience, he could pick this place apart if he endures the walk.
But he talked about it today during media day. He said that he is able to get more into the gym than he has been in the past couple of years, and he's able to swing a little bit more freely.
It looks looser.
It looks good.
It looks smooth. A little
It
two
does.
iron he hit or whatever the hell that shot was. Did you see that?
I
was like,
did.
no, sure, target, go. It's just,
Yeah.
it looks really good.
Unbelievable action out of him right now. And I just have to say that, I mean, Tiger did respond. So he said, well, as a past champion, and he said this with a smirk on his face. He was trying to hold back, but he said it with a smirk. He goes, I'm exempt until I'm 60. Collin's not. He's not a past champion, so he's not exempt. So he doesn't get the opportunity to make that decision. I do. Ooh. That you just,
He is so good at doing that.
you know
in
what
press
it
conferences.
You know what it really felt like to me?
No.
Kendrick Lamar versus Drake, with Kendrick Lamar dropping "Not Like Us."
You think
Just
that's what
absolutely
Tiger-
I mean, he destroyed Colin Montgomery.
He not like me.
He not like us. He not
Not
like us.
me. I win. He don't. He
So-
old as fuck.
Yeah, he smoked a 2-iron stinger in his face.
Yep.
That's what he did there, and he absolutely smoked him right in between the eyes. Good old Colin Montgomery here. See ya.
Can you imagine he just like it's like that movie The Water Boy, and he's just all week just picturing the golf ball turning into his head. That's what I would do.
Yeah, if I see him in the crowd, whoosh.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, just sniped him. Okay, so that's the Tiger versus Colin Montgomery. I mean,
thought this whole time it was Morikawa. That's hilarious.
that is so
I was
funny
like, wait,
that
dude.
you thought that it was Morikawa. It was Colin Montgomery. But, I mean, realistically, does Colin Montgomery, is he even relevant anymore?
I didn't know he was still alive.
Me neither. And I never really liked him while he was alive.
No. He always seemed kind of like a little baby back.
And what,
bitch.
by saying alive, I mean when he was playing professional golf. Is he even playing on the senior tour? I don't think he is.
No,
he?
I swear to God, if you'd have been like, yeah, he died 4 years ago. Like,
Colin Montgomery. He was always a bitter man. Always very bitter. Remember Wingfoot when Phil lost it, but actually Colin Montgomery lost it?
yeah,
I mean,
just a whiner.
very bitter man.
Whiny face.
Would love to meet him.
I'm good. Good on that.
So we got Royal Troon this week, guys. This is a Scotland gem. Obviously, it came after the old court at St. Andrews, but it's in the same way. Link style, very traditional. You've got the front nine that goes out away from the clubhouse. Then you got it coming back in for the back nine. Runs along the water line. I mean, it is an awesome golf track. Can't wait for this week. But I'm going to go over some past winners, okay? And this is going to tell you a story. And I hope you guys get it. The past Open winners here. And I know our audience is absolutely fantastic, by the way, because obviously Trot Golfer picked 2 winners last week. So our audience is dialed in.
He knows.
And here's the thing. Past winners. Henrik Stenson, 2016. Before that in 2004, Todd Hamilton, who had never won a major championship. Same with Henrik Stenson. 1997, Justin Leonard. 1989, Mark Calcavecchia.
Boom.
1982, Tom Watson. 1973, Tom Weiskopf. 1962, Arnold Palmer. 1950, Bobby Locke. And 1923, Arthur Havers. So I ask you, the audience, as well as you, Buttsy, what do these past winners tell you about the Open Championship this year?
I don't know. I don't know where you're trying to where you're going with that. I know most of those guys, and I'm trying to think of what they might have in common. And
A lot of them were first-time winners, first-time major winners.
a lot of them hit a cut.
And, well, I'm going to tell you right now, it is not a cutter's golf course, though. So Justin Leonard was a drawer of the golf ball.
Okay.
But it does not play to... If you hit a fade, you're just going to have to play it, and it's going to be more difficult for you, but it's not impossible. A lot of these guys play fades.
Calc sliced the shit out of it.
Calced in. So you can still play this golf course that way, but it is very strategic of a golf course. And what I'm saying is, a lot of the big names don't normally win at this golf course. Now, Henrik Stenson, you could go, oh, Henrik Stenson is a big name, but that was his first major championship, if I'm not mistaken. Todd Hamilton, not a big name. Not a big name at all.
Stenson with the Octane 3 wood, though?
Yeah. Which you don't have to be super long here.
That's what I'm saying.
You can play that low 3 wood, that stinger. Like Tiger was talking about it today. This is a golf course. that you do not need to hit a 320 bomb. That brings a lot of people back into play. More of a strategic type of golf course.
So you might just, like Trot's saying down there, you might just see
Let's say.
just a wild winner this week.
What is
Just
Trot? What's Trot saying here? Maybe the greatest Open, at least
think
in
he's
my
saying,
lifetime. Stenson versus Phil was a great one. Also, he's saying that Matt saying Akshay might win.
Stop
you know
talking
what?
about the fucking picks.
We got to stop talking about the picks because me and Buttsy, you can't give Buttsy these openings, okay?
No, I can't even hardly hold it. I'm like, let's just ruin the whole thing and jump right ahead an hour. Sorry.
So
It's true.
I mean, you got Tom Watson, Tom Weiskopf, Arnold Palmer. These guys were good strategic golfers. So what it says to me for Royal Troon is we're probably not going to get the top 5-10 guys in the world winning this golf tournament. That's my opinion.
Well, based on now, I see what you're saying. Historically, good chance, right?
Unless Arnie Palmer shows up.
Oh, can you imagine?
Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah,
Comes out of the grave.
yeah.
Goes, I'm back, boys.
Just lands a Cessna.
I think they'd
On
given
the
him an
first
exemption.
fairway.
They'd given him an exemption.
They've given him an exemption.
And the other question for this week is weather going to be a factor? Because we talked about weather last week. It looked like it was going to rain 3 out of the 4 days. It only rained really 1, which was the final round, and they got some shitty weather. Well, this week, we got moderate winds between 10 to 15 miles an hour and a chance of rain on Friday and Saturday, while Sunday should be sunny. It's my weatherman.
That's pretty good. You got yeah, that was pretty good. Might start Moonlight. You should start a TikTok channel that does fake weather.
For Arizona.
Yeah, just
for
make,
Arizona.
Just make up weather that's not real.
Here comes an absolute great day. The cold winds are coming in at 70 miles an hour. It's going to be 70 degrees, folks.
We'll talk. Let's
Yeah, we got to talk off air.
talk about that later.
That's embarrassing. All right, who's going to have a better Open, though? The PGA Tour or LIV Golf, which LIV Golf has 18 players this week.
Live.
No chance. I'm going no chance.
Now that doesn't mean
I'm like Vince McMahon over here. No chance.
who's going to have a better top 5? Probably the PGA Tour.
Top 10, I'd say.
This will be fun. This will be interesting.
He will, because one of the guys that I actually do like from the LIV side is Abraham Answer. I think Abraham is one of these guys that plays well on these strategic golf courses that LIV plays, that aren't that long, that are a little bit on the shorter side. But we shall see. Now, let's see what Kyle has to say over at Cart Barn Guys. He goes, how many beers is the perfect amount of beers for point and shoot?
Flow state. He's talking about.
I've seen this.
Depends.
So
There's a lot of variables involved.
I'm going to say that it's not beers for Buttsy. I'm going to say that it's seltzers.
Those are beers too.
And I'm going to say that the seltzers, if you mix in the tequila or vodka ones, it gets different. But if you just go straight White Claw, for instance, I'm going to say 8 is the amount that he gets before he just starts to get into that flow state.
That's pretty accurate. And I was going to say there's a lot of variables, like if you're coming back from 10 or 12 of those from the day before, then that number is going to go up pretty dramatically before you find it again. It's like, compound interest with those. So you might get to the 10 to 12 mark before that happens if you got after it yesterday.
True.
Anyways.
Trout Golfer says, you see him chuck that club. I don't know who you're referencing.
Who chucked the club?
Who chucked the club?
3 or 4 holes, probably.
Yeah.
And that's that. I mean, maybe
I'd
early.
actually
It depends
say
on when I
8.
got there.
I'd say hole 8, but that's no like normally you are well into the round. I'll say
for sure.
Also on the LIV side, Terrell Hatton I feel like is going to also play pretty well this week. I'm just not expecting anything from Phil. I'm not expecting anything from Joaquin. I'm not expecting anything from John Rahm. Cam Smith is an interesting one though. Mm-hmm. I think Cam Smith could be interesting. as well. Oh, you know what? I know who you're talking about. And you just put it in there. Answer with the club toss. Look that up. I do know what you're talking about, Abraham. Yes, I do love that. Yeah.
Was it good?
It was pretty good.
Like a big toss?
It wasn't
hurt
Matt
anybody?
Matt every level, but it was pretty solid. So
Okay.
I'll give him that. That's pretty good. Now, Louis Oosthuizen. Could Louis win again?
I don't know.
Louis's got one Open Championship.
I mean, you said it yourself. Like where they're playing at this week, it could
Be a lot.
Could be somebody like that.
It brings in a lot of players. It's
Yeah.
not one of these to where it's like, hey, the guys that are absolutely puring their irons and are bombers of the golf ball are going to win this week. It's not that. So I actually don't foresee a Scotty Scheffler winning this week, which is a shocker because for the first 3 majors of the year, I was like Scotty Scheffler. And
Yeah.
now it's like, I don't think Scotty Scheffler has a chance this week, which is kind of a
I'd probably second that.
complete flip around on that whole entire deal. But that being said, let's go through a little field analysis here with the PGA Tour guys. Since I brought up a little bit of the LIV Golf side, we got Scotty Scheffler. And my question to you around Scotty is his game good enough to win an Open Championship? Obviously, he has not won one yet, so we shall see.
Is Scotty's game good enough? Yeah. Yeah.
Is it?
Fuck yeah. Yes. I think so.
Love that.
Yeah. I think his numbers, being able to stay out of trouble, like you said, you don't have to hit it 1,000,000 miles out there.
Look at this new time.
Is there a lot of bunkers at this golf course?
Yes.
There you go. So staying out of those. Yeah.
Scotty Scheffler, is his game good enough? You say yes. I say yes.
Yeah. I thought you were going to say, I don't know.
No, his game.
He hasn't really proved
his game is
himself.
good enough. His putting is not the best. We know this, and that's the big difference between Tiger in his prime, Scotty Scheffler in his prime. Scotty Scheffler has a great short game. I think Scotty Scheffler is going to play fine out here, but I do not think he is going to get that victory, which, it is what it is. Rory McIlroy, question for you, Buttsy. Did he show enough at the Scottish Open that he's recovered from the U.S. Open?
No.
He's saying all the right things, by the way.
No.
So he's saying, I went to New York City after the U.S. Open, changed my phone number, was just amongst the people. Nobody cared whether or not I did whatever. And sure enough,
Shit, here we are at a major again, and we've got one of these fucking putts again, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and shit down my leg.
you gotta love it. You gotta absolutely love it. And that being said,
Thank you for de-mannequining me.
I saw that. I'm like,
I was kind of digging it. I was like, damn.
There's like an appearance thing on here, and I think that's what we've run into a few times.
Scotty just sprayed me with some growth hormone back there. What's going on? Hit me with that deer antler.
So, HR Biggs _120 says, seriously, I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to it too. Kyle over at Cart Barn, guys, is it appropriate to pull out some leftover spaghetti mid-round? Absolutely. The Italians love that, which is why the Italians are not always winning.
Shit all over me.
You do have shit all over you. I will say this. I was impressed with Rory McIlroy during Media Day, and I was also impressed with Rory McIlroy in his finish at the Genesis Scottish Open. So I'm going to say no, he is not, because if you get him back in that same situation, I think I don't think he's going to play poorly. I just don't think he's going to win. I think if you get him in that situation once again to where he needs to make a putt, those ghosts are going to come back. Those demons.
He's going to hear from his inner
self. By the way,
self.
what did you just pull out of your pocket that's in tin foil? What is that?
Don't worry about it, dude.
It looks like a pocket of tin foil.
No, it's just a little.
What do you have?
It's
a taco.
It's a pocket taco.
Oh my God. This guy's been keeping a taco in his pocket the entire time.
It's so Italian.
Oh my God. You got him hungry.
Got meatballs
You got him hungry, Kyle. All right. So here's the next question.
Sorry.
Xander Schauffele. Can he keep up his consistent play and finish in the top 10 this week?
Absolutely.
I agree with that. I think I'm going to say it right here. Xander Schauffele is a guarantee to finish in the top 10 this week. Guarantee. So go ahead, go to your FanDuels, your sports books, everything. And sure enough, by the way, Dylan Vaudry brings up a really good point. I just saw it pop up as I was talking about that. He goes, Taco Tuesday. I always forget that it's Tuesday when we do these episodes, and I never eat tacos because of that on Tuesdays. Used to be a big Taco Tuesday guy.
Still warm.
Jeff Musbrucker says, I am in New York City. Funny I didn't see Rory. Jeff. Oh, Jeff. Okay. I didn't know you were in New York City. That's pretty awesome because obviously that was my old stomping grounds as well. Now, as we get into Cart Barn Guys, nothing like a pocket taco. Love that. So Xander is the lock of the week when it comes to a top 10. Go to your local sports books and book that bet right now. I don't care what the odds are. That is a guarantee. Ludwig Oberg, does he have the killer instinct to close out a major? What do you think?
I think so.
I don't. That's one where
Why?
I am going to say absolutely not.
Why?
Ludwig Oberg, because he came out onto the scene as a college grad, right? And immediately he ends up winning over on the DP World Tour in the Alps. No, I'm okay. He wins in the Alps, the Swiss Alps. Then from there, gets into the Ryder Cup, plays pretty gosh darn well. Comes back over, wins in the RSM Classic, which was great. And then we really haven't seen him win anything, right? However, he's been playing at a very high level. This kid has a ton of game. This kid should have won 2 to 3 more tournaments by this point in the year. That's where I sit with him.
I got you.
To where, like, I don't see that gene in him. I think he just has a shit ton of talent. I think he still needs to learn how to win. The RSM Classic at the end of the year, do you really think that he was just like, oh, this is a pressure-packed situation? I don't. The Swiss Alps, for what was going on, I think he was still riding the high, getting onto the PGA Tour on the PGA Tour U setup, coming right out of college. Like, he was still in a whirlwind. Ends up winning that just because he's got a tremendous amount of talent. But I think this kid still needs to learn how to win. And the Genesis Scottish Open was the telltale for me. That was a tournament that he won. Heading into Sunday, all he had to do was play a solid round of golf, and he wins that golf tournament. He blew it. So to me,
as such,
I don't think that he is that player that has that, that moxie, that clutchness of like a Jordan Spieth when he came out at 20 years old, 21, and all of a sudden goes and wins the John Deere and then wins the Masters and goes on, right? So that's where I sit on him. I'm still a Tom Kim guy when it comes to the battle between the two of them.
that's fair.
Also, let's see here. ETA on the tee off. It's a great question. I actually don't know what time it's going to be in Arizona when they do tee off. It's got to be like
2 a.m.
either that or if they're like the later tee times, it's going to be like 7, 8 in the morning. Because that's how it was for the Scottish Genesis Open, which, by the way, I don't mind waking up and all of a sudden having golf on.
No.
And having the final group teeing off. So really love that. Let's say is Mike Ochi. Fantastic guy. He's back. Is that Pat McAfee on the right? So this is the right-hand side. So is he talking about me or you? Because
Or on that screen.
we've had, or on the screen, we have had some haters that on social media. One guy on Twitter said that you look like, who's the political guy that got sued?
Oh, yeah.
For Sandy Hook?
Alex Jones.
Alex Jones, and then I was you were the Make-A-Wish Alex Jones, and I was the Make-A-Wish Pat McAfee.
You're like
That was on
Pat
one.
McAfee.
Then we had one on, that was the other one on TikTok.
Yeah.
They go, you look like the Temu Pat McAfee, but you had the hair that day.
Yeah.
So I feel like they were talking about you on that one because I was wearing a hat.
I'll take all of it.
Who
I
knows?
like it all.
I did too.
Yeah.
It like that's a compliment.
For sure.
I mean, you're going to tell me that a guy making $16 million that I'm the Make-A-Wish version of him?
Yeah.
I'm in. And I like Pat McAfee. I really do. Dan Patrick's my guy, but Pat McAfee is absolutely solid. Watch both of them on a week or on a daily basis.
You seem like a Rush Limbaugh guy.
No, never listened to him. Yeah.
Me neither, but you just seem like him.
Very good. So Bryson DeChambeau, will he be in contention come Sunday? Let the people see.
See what?
Bryson.
Oh, little B down there.
Oh no. Oh, the mic's in the way. There he is. There he is.
Kiss that thing.
He's right behind Buttsy, by the way.
Kiss that, dude. You got kicked by a horse. Sorry. How's that drink, bud?
It's almost done. I need some candidate.
I'm gonna get you tonight.
Here we go. Candidate it is.
Get you to spit something up.
That won't be a problem. Candidate. I remember the last time.
I like 2.
I'm going to take 1.
Do 1, but you got to throw it next to the knob in there.
Yeah, you got to go in the back pocket, right? Oh, I missed that one. Okay, here we go.
I was like, what's in that? Is that cannabis? I'm like, no. It's literally shredded coconut fiber.
That's not true.
It is true.
It's cannabis. Cannabis.
No, it's
got cannabis in it.
It doesn't. It has terpenes, but it's like an isolate. They just spray the fucking coconut powder. That's all it is, with a bunch of flavoring.
Why do they throw the cannabis on it then?
Well, because it's a cannabis-derived terpene.
Perfect. See? Has cannabis. Love that.
Anyways.
Here we go. So there's a lot of comments going on. I have no idea where to catch up right now. Trot Golfer says, our right. Who's on your right? Because this is my right. So on that right would be, so they are calling you the Pat McAfee. There you go. You got that going for you, which is nice.
Okay.
And then Mike Hoochie's back. He says, you seem more like a Bill Simmons to me.
I love Mike Hoochie's avatar.
Yeah,
his little picture there.
Yeah, that's pretty good. He's bolding. Looks like he's straight out of Office Space.
Yeah. It's like Frasier. You okay? Still can't get these things in there.
Never done them.
It's okay.
Fantastic though. Lemony. Very lemony. I'll be honest, not a big fan of Bill Simmons, so that one's actually quite the insult to me. Even though great sportscaster and so forth, not a big Bill Simmons guy. So if you're calling me Bill Simmons, that's fine. But not a big Bill Simmons guy. That's
You're not a Bill guy.
Not a Bill guy. Not a Boston guy. He's a Boston guy. Loves those Boston sports teams. Now, as we get into Jon Rahm, can he turn his year around at this Open Championship?
I think so. I don't know if that's going to happen, though. What do you think? I don't. He might be in the top 10. I don't think he's going to win it.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to.
Top 10?
I don't think it's going to turn his year around either.
Top 10, though?
No. Top 20. I'll go top 20 with Jon Rahm.
Okay.
John struggled, man. And he did say that he has found something with the driver. Apparently, they made some tweaks equipment-wise and everything. So, sure enough, hopefully he is able to come back and play well this week. I would love to see Jon Rahm start to turn his year around. Golf misses Jon Rahm playing at a very high level.
I agree.
I think he adds a really good element to it. Brian Harman, can he repeat?
No.
This is one to where it is weird because I feel like he can, but I don't think he will. So, like, this is a golf course that a short hitter can get away with certain things. The course plays hard. You could hit low shots. It can go a mile, even though you don't hit it that far. Like, there's all those qualities to me that Brian Harman could end up playing really, really well this week, but I just don't see it. He hasn't had the best of years, but him turning back in that trophy, I think is going to do a little bit something to his psyche.
You think that's going to spark some memory? You think that's going to give him a little voltage?
I think it's going to get him going.
Yeah.
Gets the people going. It's provocative.
I mean, like you said earlier, this is a tough one to call from what it sounds like.
This golf tournament is
It's just
by
a
far
tough
the most
one.
lost that I have been all year long. And that's probably going to be the best one. So, Bobby Mack, will he be still hungover from last week?
Yes.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's get into our picks. What do you think? It's your call. I always give you first dibs. I don't know why I do this to you, but I always give you the first dibs. I mean, we're Americans in Scotland. We got a lot
going on back there. Man.
Yeah.
This is gonna be.
Get it together right
I
now.
think it's time. I'm gonna put money on Tiger Woods.
Oh.
I'm gonna put money on Tiger. I'm gonna put money on.
Wait, that's your pick? You're going full America. I thought you were going to go with John Daly today.
John Daly's not playing, is he? John Daly, no, but like when Tiger won the Masters, I think like enough time has gone by. I think he's healthy, and if he just stays healthy for the walk, I think he's going to blow people's balls back this week. They're going to be like, "Oh my God, I told you so."
Okay.
Tiger, Xander, and the Mantis.
Okay. So here's the thing. I had to bring up Trot Golfer's comment. Matt's lost, but he's going with Collin, so am I. So, I see, you ratted me out here because I'm not that lost. It was always going to be Collin Morikawa. He has been playing so well. Like, he's so in form right now. The putter started going at the Genesis. He just hasn't had that one round that he goes super low that all of a sudden he's at the top of the leaderboard.
Yeah.
Like, he was up there this week, but he was never really there, if you know what I mean. But Collin Morikawa, love him. American, let's go, America. So Collin Morikawa, I am going with him this week at the Open Championship. I will say, I don't mind your Akshay Bhatia, but I don't think he has the type of game. Akshay Bhatia's got to hit a lot of greens if he's going to win. I don't think he is an Open Championship type of guy yet in his early career. I think he still needs to learn that.
Okay.
I don't love Bryson this week.
No, I don't either. I'm pretty much out on Bryson.
I like Xander for a top 10.
You don't like the Tiger pick?
Tiger to me.
You're trying to tell me that if Tiger gets it going out there and starts picking this place apart with all the experience and his body's feeling good, and he just makes a couple putts that he's not going to like potentially blow everybody's mind and just be like, yes, he told you. I still got it.
Tiger to me is a year or two away.
Especially with the Collin thing and like just.
Oh, I think his ego
he's
right
just
now
fucking
is
poised
like
to do it again.
firing on all levels,
He ain't
and
done.
he's like, I am going to fucking prove to you.
Yeah.
Like, once again, that I am the best player in the world, and I will show you that I'm the greatest golfer that ever lived.
And given all that, is this not the venue where if it was going to happen, this is probably the best chance? Based on his ability, I mean, his knowledge. I mean, what was the year that he played? He didn't hit in a bunker. Like, I don't remember exactly, but
It's a great reference, though.
no, but like he knows how to play golf over here, and
He does.
and win a lot.
He does.
So I don't know.
Tiger's been hit or miss at the Open Championship. You know, a stat that I heard the other day that was really impressive is how many top 10s Jack Nicklaus had at Open Championships. His average at Open Championships was, I believe, something ridiculous like third place was his average finish at Open Championships.
Solid.
Which is insane when you think about that.
Yeah.
But for me, Tiger is a year or two away. I don't think his body is completely there yet to where he can do what he wants to do. And that's the thing, when he won in 2019 at the Masters, everything was clicking on all cylinders heading into that. And it was like, yeah, that is the one opportunity. My body put a bunch of money on him right at the beginning of the week. So, like, that was heading in that right direction. I don't think his body's there yet. Just listening to him in media day, he's getting closer and closer, which means that he feels positive in where his game is heading and that this is going to eventually happen to where he's going to be able to compete again.
Yeah.
I don't think it is this week, but I think he's telling himself that it could be this week. And you're telling yourself that it could be this week.
I think it could be. I think this is the perfect spot for it to happen. If it was going to happen anytime soon, like you said, you don't have to hit it a million miles. You literally just got to pick this place apart, stay in play, stay in the fairway, hit greens, and roll a few in. It's over.
Trot brings up a great point that weather is always a factor at the Open Championships. It really depends on your draw as to what day, like what time and each day are you going out, because sometimes you could get absolutely screwed by the weather. I don't see that happening this week just based off of the forecast. I think it's going to be pretty consistent throughout. So I don't foresee that happening, but it's also Scotland, so it can absolutely change day to day.
If it's freezing cold and raining, then Tiger's probably completely out. But yeah, if it's just you got to battle the wind a little bit and the temperature is decent, I don't know, I'm sticking with it. I feel good about it.
Yeah, no, you should absolutely do that. It's too bad that John Daly is not in the field, because I feel like the way you're looking right now, that it would be his week.
Got the lion on, dude. Yeah.
The lion. It's fantastic. So there you have it, folks. You got Tiger Woods over here. I don't encourage anybody to follow Buttsy this week, but and then I've got Collin Morikawa. So there you have it, folks.
Daly is playing.
Is he playing? No, he can't be.
That's what he's saying.
So Trot Golfer's letting us know that love the Tiger pick, and Daly is playing.
Oh.
I didn't see Daly playing this week, but sure, that's fantastic. We're just going to let that ride. We're going to let it ride. Fuck me running. Now, as we get into the Swannies Style segment, and then we'll open it up for a Q&A with our audience members. First of all, Swannies Style segment in honor of the Open Championship. What's your opinion on plaid pants?
Love plaid pants. Love
Me
them.
too.
Yeah, love that old look like that, for sure.
Oh, I can't move out. I almost tried to move out of the way for you so that you could show the plaid skirt out of Scotty Schauffele. That is a Scottish skirt there for Scotty. If you are watching...
It's called a kilt.
It is a kilt. It is 100% a kilt. The Scottish people love it. My buddy Sean, he absolutely loves his. So
Sean, where's a kilt?
Oh, yeah, he's from St. Andrews, Scotland.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, then that's not
There you
weird.
go. Now, in colder conditions, have you ever been a guy that has worn, and I'm going to go out on a limb here and say no, but have you ever been a guy that has worn cashmere?
I have. I
Wow.
used to own a V-neck Carlisle. I don't even know if they still make clothes.
Argyle.
No, the brand was Carlisle. And it was one piece of clothing. I dressed like Tiger when I was in my late teens and grew up with him. So, yeah, I had like that swaggy look. I'd go out and that was my warm-up. It was the only time I've ever worn anything long
great.
sleeves. Yeah, it was a cashmere sweater.
I love that.
Yeah, I think
I'm
I got
a
it
big
at
cashmere
Ross.
guy. When I get into cold weather, I'm like Cashmere Keith. I absolutely love a good cashmere. And by the way, it is a wardrobe necessity to always have a black V-neck cashmere sweater. You can throw that on even in like a little bit warmer weather if you go over to Pebble Beach.
And we're saying the same thing, right? Like the bottom's got the little bit tighter part.
Oh, yeah.
That kind of grabs a little. Yeah,
absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah, dude.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Cashmere, baby, like Cashmere Keith. Ooh. So that's the Swannies Style segment. We just wrapped that up, and now that's that. So
Welcome.
once again, folks, until next week, we've got another great show coming your way. Same bat time, same bat channel. For Buttsy and myself, we are signing off. See you guys next week and enjoy the Open Championship. Peace out, everybody. A-Town.